When faced with criticism, the media will say it's their job to hold people accountable. Like that MyPillow guy at the briefing. What a dork.
I think these briefings could be, better designed. The president could come out, say a few words in terms of what his administration is doing, not have these, PR stunts like Mr. Pillow coming out and giving a plug for his company.
It's obviously above my pay grade. I don't make the call that we take them or not, but it seems crazy to me that everyone's still taking them when you got the MyPillow guy getting up there talking about reading the Bible.
Reading the Bible. But it wasn't just TV. Non-essential bozos with blue check marks also took to Twitter to mock Mike Lindell. But while these turds snark away, Lindell was converting his business into making 50,000 masks a day. So yeah, laugh all you want. The object of your ridicule will save lives. Fact is, Lindell is an American success story, but because he mentions the Bible too much, he's worthy of media scorn because they're so much better than him. So as we strive to unite against one of the greatest foes we've ever faced, you gotta ask, does that really help? And does this help?
Do you think there is blood on the president's hands, considering the slow response? Or is that too harsh of a criticism?
I think that's a little too harsh.
Once again, the media frames this pandemic as their divisive playground. For them, the perfect medication is a cheap shot. I wonder, when the Five sounded the alarm on the virus back in January, what was Chuck's concern?
I think that one of the reasons Senate Republicans want to get this over with as quickly as possible is because you want the maximum amount of time between whatever this is and the voters voting. I think, like, if you look at what happened in the summer of 2016, leaving aside the election itself, Zika virus, Orlando nightclub shooting, there's going to be a lot of news in the next 9 months, and ultimately...
Coronavirus that is clearly... this is going to impact China in ways in our economy that we haven't really contemplated.
Concerned about China's economy, not the American people. Now, who has blood on their hands? See, Chuck, the blood on your hands game can be extended indefinitely to everyone. If trying to put the unknown virus in context of other illnesses like the media did, then they have blood on their hands. If you told Americans to go about your business like our New York politicians did, then you have blood on your hands. If you in the media conflated the name of a drug for fish tank cleaner, then you have blood on your hands. At some point, no one has spotless hands, including Chuck, which is why we got to dump this gotcha BS. It helps no one. My advice, time to wash our hands of the blood on your hands line. Then maybe the press can find a real question, one that seeks an answer instead of attention. All right, Jesse, since you had mentioned this before in the A block, what's your take on the attack on poor Mr. Pillow Man?
The media snobs don't think Mike has the corporate pedigree to be at the Rose Garden. The media snobs hold technology executives in very high regard, but they look down on industrialists, on manufacturers, on the Procter & Gamble's, United Technologies, and jockeys, and really look down on people that use infomercials to sell their product like Mike. What really set them off first was saying, read the Bible. They don't understand Mike is a recovering addict. That's an affirmation for him. Everybody understands that people recovering from addiction do that, and it's important to them. Other thing to understand is whenever a culture is challenged by a war, a pandemic, an economic depression, the culture always digs deeper into their faith. It's happened throughout history every single time. And the fact that the media doesn't have the empathy for that, the business intelligence, the compassion to understand that, really just makes me realize how shallow they are. On Chuck Todd and Nancy, we're at war. You can either be with us or you can be against us. There's some people in this country that are trying to help, and there's some people in this country who are trying to divide. Listen, the president, the Democrats, no one has been perfect. We were slow with the testing, but very quick with the travel ban, and that's been much more critical in saving lives. We can play this game all day about who was positive, who was negative, and when that happened. Nancy Pelosi, just a couple weeks ago, was in downtown San Francisco telling everybody to go to Chinatown, get in a big crowd, go to the restaurants, and shop. She was telling everybody about impeachment while this virus was spreading. Chuck Todd moderated a Democratic presidential debate just a little while ago, You know how many questions he asked about the virus? 0. We can do this all day long. It's not important, but what is important now is everybody needs to get on the same page and help.